A lot of people don't actually know what curators do. A lot of people think, for example, that we just spend our time giving tours. Another thing that they think is that we always know the price of an artifact immediately. Like if I look at a portrait of Stamford Raffles, I can tell you it's $100 million or something, which we can't do. Our interest is really more the stories that they tell. I'm Rachel and I'm assistant curator here. At the National Museum, we have 7 permanent galleries and 1,200 artifacts. We have more than 150,000 artifacts actually in the National Collection, from important things that document the story of the nation to things that people would have used in the past. We collect all sorts of things, from a portrait of Sir Stamford Raffles to a rocking horse and even this roast duck oven. This is Miriam, the curator who acquired the oven from the 3rd generation owner of the Toki roast meat shop.
This is the Toki oven, and the owner came from Guangzhou in China in the early 1900s. He had 13 children and he needed to find a way to support them, so he learned from a friend how to roast duck and started this business. The oven is 60 to 80 years old. When they moved to the new People's Park complex, their owner custom-made this oven. The most important thing is the story, because an object is never just an object. It has gone through a life with people, it has traveled. We might not have big pyramids, but we have things like this, something that really reflects local hawker culture here.
I think one of my most memorable moments was actually collecting these comic book collections. What's really special is actually how the book ended up in our hands. This is Madam Ting, who actually donated the comic book collection to us.
这个就是我6岁的时候，是排五角旗的故事书。我很喜欢加东西在我这边的，每天就是在看报纸而已。我的母亲在路边卖榴莲，我父亲就在对面卖理发的。我站在那边，一半看我妹妹他们，一半做生意哦。1本5分钱租的。 我们租出去的时候一直破，到后来我父亲就想办法做这个纸皮，这个壳也是我父亲做出来的，就拿这个封面粘在它的壳给每个人看。我看了，我也是惊讶。我的亲戚他们就讲说，你有一张很大张的照片，连我女儿就好奇嘛，就我们先来看先。 就很开心哦。找到那个布子的时候，我就说：“哎呀，捐给他们抬，这个才有意思。意义就是纪念我父亲哦，纪念我母亲哦，就是养我们一个家庭啊。这个故事书是救我们整家庭的人来的。”
When we collect things, we always have that idea of displayability in mind. We need to be able to put it into a showcase and people can understand what it is and what bigger point we're trying to make. I think the great thing about NMS is that our collections are fundamentally relatable because they are telling stories that people would have gone through from the past but also in the present. So things like food or fashion or even play, these are all things that people used to experience but still experience. Someone once told me that curators are like karang kunis, we collect everything. But we try to extract things that can really tell stories, and it's something that you have to discover for yourself. But once you start discovering it, I think it's very hard to stop, and you really start learning more about yourself and more about how we got here in the first place.